Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, how fun it is to ride in one horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, how fun it is to ride in one horse open sleigh. Yes, that is it.
With ESU's coordinator for academic development, Joe Greenwalt, and Joe also in your dual role as coordinator of SAAC. Just tell us a little bit about SAAC first.
Well, the SAAC stands for Student Athlete Advisory Committee, and it's basically representatives from two representatives from each of our teams. It is a group that's mandated by the NCAA, and overall their primary purpose is to serve as the voice of the student athletes as a whole and to advocate on behalf of issues that they may face as student athletes. But as importantly, one of the undertakings that this group has been a part of is community service projects, and for the last 3 years they've been working on the project that they're doing today, which is a holiday party for the East Stroudsburg Head Start.
And as part of that, as you said, it's the third year that you've done this. Mm-hmm. What kind of developments have you seen in your student athletes from going through it with them, maybe as they're getting ready, because I know you do a lot of prep work, mm-hmm. and then how they actually enjoy the event? What's kind of the transition there?
Well, certainly there is a lot of preparation that goes in ahead of time, so I think they come to appreciate the detail that needs to be paid when it comes to organizing an event such as this. So from a leadership standpoint, I think they learned some very good skills related to planning and organizing and how to manage an event of this magnitude. But I think more importantly, on the day of the event, they get to see the smile on the children's faces and how impactful this experience and this morning is for these students. I mean, it really, I think while we think it changes the children's lives, more importantly, I think it changes really the perspective and the lives of our own student athletes, and they realize that, that they can make a difference, and, taking and spending time with other people is an important piece in benefiting not just their life, but as a student athlete, certainly improving and enhancing theirs as well.
And as you said, each team is represented by 2 student athletes mm-hmm. on the SAAC Advisory Committee. You do have the officers in that part as well. Just tell us about your 4 officers you have this year.
Well, the 4 officers, Rose Mascoli is our president, Caitlin Blum from softball is our vice president, Keenan Stair, baseball, is our secretary, and Becca Smith from field hockey is our treasurer. And the leadership of this group I think is exceptionally strong, some of them have been members of SAAC for several years. I think that plays into their ability to be more productive and more effective as leaders, because they have a sense of the past, but they also have certainly creative initiatives of their own. So I feel very fortunate to be working with them this year. I think they are really some of our top student athletes based on their academic pursuits as well as athletic, and certainly from a leadership standpoint, I couldn't ask for a better group to be working with.
Well, Joe, we certainly appreciate your time with this event and also all the work you do with SAAC, so thank you.
Thanks, Ray.
Athlete Advisory Committee President Rose Mascoli, and Rose, track and field and cross country athlete, obviously the issue, but you're here now in a different role. Just tell us first about your involvement with SAAC.
As the president, we kind of started this 3 years ago, and we just come in with the little kids, and we put on this little holiday party for them and give them little gifts. The organization-wise, we started 2 months ago. So when we first started meeting, we pretty much said this is what needs to be done, and we made deadlines, and it really has come really well together today.
You've got about 100 student athletes inside at different points during the day. Just what do you think that they've gotten out of it? You were part of this as a student athlete and now kind of in a leadership position.
As a student athlete, it's really nice to see, these children aren't as fortunate as we are, and the things that they're asking for Santa, it's just like, it just touches your heart. Like, the one kid wanted lead pencils, and it's just like, he just wants to draw. So it's really sweet just to be able to help them out and do anything for them.
Along with some of the crafts that they're doing as well, and the snacks that you give them, one of the really nice things I think is to have the banner that they're putting their handprints on. Just tell us about that.
We have this big banner set up. It says Holiday Party 2012. We put their handprint on it. We write their name on it. And we hope to hang it up in their front lobby so that they can see it for the next few weeks while Christmas is coming up, and they can just remember what a fun time they had with us.
And what would you say to any ESU student athletes who aren't part of SAAC or aren't involved in today, just what they might be able to get out of this in the future?
That hopefully maybe next year, if they have the time, that they can come and really experience it for themselves. But if not, everybody donated in some way. They either donated money towards this event, they donated time, just whatever they did was helpful. So it's just nice that they can see pictures and get to kind of experience it at home or at school, since they couldn't experience it in person.
And just let us know who your other officers are, and then also what Professor Greenwald has done, because I know that she's really intimately involved.
Caitlin is the vice president, and she really organized who was going to be coming. Keenan is the secretary, and he organized or just kept track of everything and getting on top of deadlines and everything. And then Rebecca is our treasurer, and so she was definitely with the money aspect of it. So.
And then Professor Greenwald, or Dr. Greenwald now, in her role as advisor, I know you work very closely with her.
Yes, it was really great because she's had experience with this. She's very good with organizing, so it's great to bounce ideas off of her and see what she thinks will work, what we think will work, and then just really make it a flawless routine. So.